Hello and welcome to Euphoria. Well, we've been building up to this video in more senses than one for quite a while now, and I'm excited to say that we've finally got to the point where we can place the imposing new Town Hall building in its place in the Lego City. So join me as we finally get to place the new Town Hall in the city, and we'll also be making some further changes to the city layout. Get ready for some shock revelations and rule breaking in this video, and if you're of a sensitive nature as far as Lego modular rules are concerned, you may want to look away at certain points of this video. You can see all about the design and build of this large modular MOC in the series of videos on this channel, and in a recent video we finally finished the build of this important building, so now it's ready to go into the Lego City. In a recent update on the city, we moved some of the modular buildings around, and that included moving the extended brick bank MOC that used to occupy one of the key positions on the main city square or plaza. That means that the site for the new Town Hall building has been prepared, and now it's ready for the installation of the Town Hall building. So we're going to start with the paving in the plaza itself. We need to make some adjustments to the paving in the plaza to make way for the portico for the Town Hall, which extends forward in front of the base plates on which the Town Hall itself is built. It will need to fit here, which is partly on the Town Hall base plates and partly on the plaza itself. We did consider this during the design of the Town Hall. I know this breaks the rules of modular buildings, but I thought it was worth it to get the effect I wanted at the front of the building, which was to have a portico extending from the front of the building to provide a more impressive entrance to the building and increase its presence on the plaza. To do that, we've had to clear the area of pedestrians so that we can take up some of the paving that's here where the portico will go. Not all of our citizens are happy about that, but we'll have to see how they feel when the Town Hall's finished. We need to make a bit of space here for the portico as well. At the moment, the bike rack is getting in the way a bit. I don't really want to move the whole bike rack. If you remember, it was originally over on the other side of the plaza, but I felt it was getting in the way there. I think there's room here for the portico of the Town Hall without having to move the whole bike rack again. It might look a bit cramped when the building is in place, but we'll be able to judge that later when we can see how this all looks. But if we just move the bike rack sign over a bit, I think we can make room for the portico of the Town Hall without moving the whole bike rack. Now we're going to make changes to the kerbstones. If you're squeamish about Lego, look away now. I'm going to remove the kerbstones along the front of the Town Hall base plates and around the portico, although I've kept them on all the modular buildings that face onto the plaza. I think that forms an artificial visual barrier between the plaza and the buildings. I understand why it's there for the modular buildings, and it makes particular sense if there's going to be a road plate in front of the building, either one of the old ones or some of the newer ones, because in effect it provides a curb edge to the pavement or sidewalk and draws a line between that and the road. But if there isn't a road, then it's not really needed. So for the town hall, I'm going to try removing that line of kerbstones. If I also remove the line of 1x2 dark bluish grey tiles behind it, then that means we can have a continuous run of 2x2 tiles between the building and the plaza. Obviously, that's another break with the modular building standards, which call for the kerbstones in light bluish grey. But sometimes rules are made to be broken, and I think this is worth it. It is Lego after all, so I can always change it back again if I want to. Now, looking at this building, which faces on to the side of the town hall, that's the townhouse building that's one half of the pet shop modular building set. I can see that the kerbstones in front of that one don't really make any sense either, because they're at the edge of that base plate and indicate a curb which is against the side of the town hall. But that doesn't make any sense, so I'm going to be radical here as well and remove them. I can replace them with normal 2x2 tiles, which will form part of the pavement between that building and the side of the town hall. Depending on how this goes, I'll consider making the same change to the other base plates that front onto the plaza. I think it will make it look bigger and less fragmented, without compromising much on the ability to move modular buildings around if we want to. Let me know whether you think that's a good idea. Now we're just about ready to place the section of the town hall containing the foundations and basement level of the building on two base plates. We need to remove the workers, vehicles and temporary base plates on the site. If you remember, during the build of the town hall, we put a small temporary base plate in front of the main base plates so that we could build the front part of the portico and paving. Now we need to remove the temporary base plate from the base of the portico. It's a bit awkward to do that without destroying the build itself, but it is just about possible. Of course, this small area of paving and the bollards in front have to be removed as well. It would be nice if I could keep a bit of base plate dedicated to the town hall portico, but that's not really possible with this small 8x16 base plate and still fit the other base plates around it. That's one of the reasons the modular buildings are a standard depth, to avoid these sort of problems. There was an option in the design to make a shallower portico, which would fit on the base plates, and I could do that by adjusting the arches at the side and making the top a bit smaller. That may be something to consider as a change later, or I could change up some of the base plates underneath so that I could remove the town hall if required without disturbing too much of the plaza. And now we can reinstate the paving on the plaza. The light grey border in the pattern of the plaza can be maintained as it goes past the front steps of the portico. Now for another shock revelation, I've decided to move the pet shop. We're going to move the pet shop away from its current location, despite the signs that said business open as usual during the preparation work for the town hall. That's because I want to have a bit of space at the side of the town hall. Even though I designed it to be capable of being an inline or straight modular building, it was always part of the design brief for the town hall that I wanted a bit of space on either side. So what we're going to do is swap the location of the pet shop with the location of this little vendor stand and green area on a half modular base plate. So the pet shop will be going here by the side of this apartment building, and the little park and tree with its vendor stand that was here will be moving to the side of the town hall. So here's the little vendor stand mock that we made recently. I built this from those free instructions from Lego that I showed you in a recent video, although we already improved it with a little garden and a tree behind the vendor stand. I quite liked the idea of having a bit of greenery and a tree next to the town hall, so I'm going to adapt this slightly to its new location. I'm going to rebuild this on a green 16 by 32 base plate to replace the dark bluish grey one that it's on currently. We'll rebuild the pavement in front of the little wall, and I'm going to remove the kerbstones for this base plate as we did for the town hall. We're going to transfer the garden across onto the green base plate as well, so it will look more like a garden. I'm changing the wall so that it doesn't have this return on the side. We don't really need that, as there will be buildings on either side. I'm adding a bit of paving in the garden so that it reaches the little seating area. Then we can rebuild the garden at the back, providing a bit of colour and some shade. And then we can reinstate the big tree in the middle. Now we can place this in position between the large office building, called the Ensgrave building, on one side, and the town hall building on the other side. This adds a bit more greenery to the city and provides a nice little green space for the minifigs. The tree also acts as a view blocker when looking at the layout from the front, so that it's not quite so obvious that there's just a wall behind here and not the rest of the city. Now we can add the other sections of the town hall as we did in the final assembly step of the build. All these sections make up the 3 floors of the building, with the wings on either side. Finally finishing the town hall off with the roof, and on top of that the clock and carillon. So there we have the town hall facing squarely onto the main plaza of the city. Let's just have a quick look at the lampposts. Removing the kerbstones, as we discussed earlier, also means I have slightly more freedom about where to place the lampposts in the plaza. As you may have seen from previous videos, the city has its own design of lampposts around the plaza. There's a short video about that on the channel if you're interested. These are different from the normal modular building lampposts, which are just a lamppost and 1 lantern, and they're changed to my own type, which are slightly taller and have 2 arms and 2 lanterns. And the ones in the centre of the plaza have 4 arms and 4 lanterns. There'll be 2 of the double lampposts in front of the town hall, and they're going to line up with the ones in the centre of the plaza, the same way that the ones on the sides of the plaza do. So here they are, with the 2 in front of the town hall, now repositioned so that they line up with the other lampposts. So that's the installation of the town hall completed. That's pretty much what I had in mind when I envisaged a new town hall for the Lego City. I'm really pleased with the way that looks now that it's in position, and I think it provides the sort of presence on the plaza that the citizens of our little Lego City can be proud of. Let me know what you think about this town hall, as well as moving the pet shop and putting the little vendor stand next to the town hall. I'd also be interested to know what you think about removing the kerbstones in front of the buildings facing onto the plaza, and whether I should continue doing that for the other buildings where they front onto the plaza, Let me know in the comments section below this video. You can see that there are still some areas for improvement in the city, particularly this little space in front of the bank, which needs some paving. The square in the business district, called Skyline Plaza, still hasn't been done. And now we have this side street in the old town, leading past the bank to the fountain in the side of the old astronomical clock tower. All those things need some attention, so look out for more videos about further changes to those areas of the city. Don't forget to hit the like button and hit the bell button to be notified of new videos, and subscribe to the channel to see more about my MOCs, other builds and ideas, and updates on my LEGO city.